read, man. What verse out?
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day.
Now he said, now the Lord said, look here, I'm going to feed you because you start murmuring. You know, they call themselves murmuring against Moses and Aaron, but they really murmuring against God. Sometimes when you get to murmuring, you better be careful, because sometimes you think you murmuring against some man, but you're really murmuring against your God. You understand what I'm saying? And he ain't going to take it. He ain't not going to take it. So now here they are, they murmuring. And they murmuring about food here. So Moses, I tell them what? Then I'm going to rain bread down from heaven. I'm going to rain manna down from heaven. You understand what I'm saying? To make sure that they are able to eat. Go ahead and read on.
That I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no.
That I may test them whether or not they will walk in my law or not. In other words, the Lord said, you know, I'm going to rain this manna down from heaven, and it's going to be a certain amount. And I want them to go out each day and gather that amount. Don't gather no more. Don't gather no less. Just gather that amount. Go ahead. Now, what verse are we?
Verse 5.
Go ahead and read it.
And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
Now, the reason the Lord said on the 6th day, because you got the 7th day coming up. You understand what I'm saying? And the Lord don't want you preparing no food. He don't want you cooking on the 7th day. So therefore, I'm going to give you enough on the 6th day so that you will have enough for the 7th day. Skip down now to verse 11. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Go ahead.
I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel.
The Lord said, I done heard of Moses. Go ahead and read.
Speak unto them, saying, At even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread. And ye shall know that I am the Lord your God.
Go ahead. I'm going to feed you, Israel. Go ahead and read.
And it came to pass that at even the quails came up and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay round about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground.
Go ahead.
And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna, for they was not what it was.
So they didn't know what it was, so they just called it. They said, well, it is manna. Go ahead and read on.
And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat.
Now he said, this is the bread that the Lord hath given you to eat. You know, that same God that brought manna down from heaven to give them to eat, that same God could have brought them a 7-course meal down if he chose to. You understand what I'm saying? Just like he dropped that manna down out of heaven, he could have dropped a 7-course meal down, piping hot. Because I get them, well, you know, I don't want to eat no fruit, and I don't want to eat no cold cut. I want to heat me up something. I want to cook me something. If God had, if he had wanted Israel to have anything else, he would have given it to them, wouldn't he?
That's right.
Couldn't he have he could have brought a steak down with all the trimmings. Piping hot, since you want something. But he didn't do that, did he? He gave them what he wanted them to have. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe apparently that was all that he wanted them to have at that time. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't want you to have a 7-course meal piping hot. I wanted you to have manna, because that's what I gave you. Go ahead and read some more.
This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded.
Gather
of it every man according to his eating.
Go ahead.
An omar for every man, according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents.
Go ahead.
And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less. And when they did meet it with the omar, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack.
And then they measured. Apparently, omar was a certain measurement. Well, I know it was a certain measurement. And then, you know, then the one, everybody had what was sufficient, in other words. Go ahead and read on.
They gathered every man according to his eating.
Go ahead.
And Moses said, Let no man leave of it till the morning.
And they gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, Don't let no man leave on it until the morning. Go ahead and read on.
Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning.
Now, the Lord said, don't leave nothing. You understand? If you got something over, throw it away. But Israel wasn't about to do that. But that's what God told them to do, though, wasn't it? So they wasn't about to do that. So now some, and they did not do it, and this is what happened to it. Lord said, you may think you have gathered some so that you going to have some more left over for later on. But I'm going to make it right there. You ain't going to eat this. You might go find you something else, but you ain't eating this. Go ahead and read on.
And it bred worms and stank.
He said it bred worms and stank. Go ahead and read.
And Moses was wroth with them.
Uh-huh.
And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating.
Go ahead.
And when the sun waxed hot, it melted.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them,
uh-huh.
This is that which the Lord hath said.
Now he said, this is that the Lord hath said unto you. Go ahead and read on.
Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
Now he said, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath. Go ahead and read.
Unto the Lord.
Go ahead.
Bake that which ye will bake today,
uh-huh.
and see if that ye will see if, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
In other words, don't cook nothing on the Sabbath day. You cook it on the 6th day. You understand what I'm saying? He said, bake that what you going to bake, and see, which means to boil. Boil that you going to boil on the 6th day, and then you will eat on that on the 7th day. Don't cook nothing. Is that clear? Is that clear?
That's clear. That's clear.
So where this thing come from, that it is all right for you to cook on the 7th day then? It ain't there, is it? God just made it very clear right here. Don't cook nothing on the 6th day. Cook what you, 7th day rather. Cook what you going to cook on the 6th day, and boil what you going to boil on the 6th day, and on the 7th day you eat on that. God say you can't do it. Now you do whatever you want to do, but I'm just showing you what thus said the Lord. Read some more.
And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink.
Now when they did the right thing, then it did not stink, right? Mm-hmm. The Lord preserved it for them, didn't it? You understand what I'm saying? But when they went out and did the wrong thing, said we going to save it and we going to eat it, you know, all during the week you were just supposed to get enough for that day. And Israel said, no, I'm going to get enough for today and I'm going to get enough for tomorrow too. The Lord said, no, you ain't. I'm going to cause the stuff to rot and stink. But then he told them on the 6th day, get enough for the day and enough for tomorrow. So when they did that, what happened to it? Lord preserved it. It is all about being obedient unto the commandment of the Lord. That is what it's really all about. Finish that next verse, then we'll move on.
And it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein.
Now let's go to Numbers chapter 11, and we're gonna pick it up at verse 1. Numbers 11, and we're gonna pick it up at verse 1. 11 and 1. 11 and 1. So are you supposed to cook on the 7th day? No. Not according to the word of God, you not anyway. Then you get some of these newly come up people, they want to say, well, what about the microwave? It is cooking. It is the same principle, isn't it? Yep. Exact same. Because everybody looking, they still looking for a way to get around the word of God. Your history should tell you, don't do that. Look at what happened to Israel when they looked for a way to get around the word of God. Let's start reading at Numbers chapter 11 and begin reading at verse 1. Number 11 and start at verse 1. 11 and 1. Go ahead and read on.
And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord heard it.
Go ahead.
And his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Lord.
There you go with that murmuring. Always something. This ain't right. This ain't, I don't like that. I don't like that. No. I don't like that. Nothing. You don't like nothing. If it ain't what you want, you don't like it. Mm-hmm. That's Israel. Always, every little thing they complain about it. I ain't never seen them people murmur all the time about everything. Go ahead and read on. Now he said when the people started complaining, the Lord heard it and he was displeased. Go ahead and read on.
And his anger was kindled.
Uh-huh.
And the fire of the Lord burnt among them and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And
then the Lord just dropped fire down there and burned among them, and it consumed them that was in the uttermost part of the camp. That should have been enough, shouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Not for this people. Oh, no. Read some more.
And the people cried unto Moses.
Uh-huh.
And when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched.
Go ahead.
And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them.
Go ahead.
And the mixed multitude that was among them